You're freezing yourself. You've not gone frozen, have you, Richard? You move in. No, Richard. No, he's crashed. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night Live. I hope you're all well. I know there might not be everyone who's normally in the chat this evening on because of the reseller meetups. I know that there's a North and there's a South meetup. So if you are at the meetups and even if you're watching this, hello, and I hope you're well. So I hope everyone is good. Hope you're all having a good week. Hope you've enjoying the boot sale season. I think it's officially kicked in. And before I say a couple of hellos, I just want to kind of ask a question, which we'll get to in a moment, which is, what did you think of the podcast? Because I've got a lot of lovely feedback from the podcast. A lot of people have enjoyed it, and it was a chance for us to, well, for myself to list and give a listing goal. So I had, you've got to list 5 a day every single day. So if you're part-time or getting into eBay, that's who it was aimed at. And if you're full-time, then you keep listing your 10, your 15, your 20, your 30, your million items, whatever you're doing. But it was all about that consistency. And I'm looking forward to, at the end of the month, kind of recapping the results, because I'll get to run over what I've done and what that 31-day total is. So I am looking forward to that. So it's going to be a good one. So I will hopefully go to the top of the queue. Oh, and also I missed it, but not intentionally because of personal family time. Tam and Bell, I've rewatched your live. It was amazing. And congratulations, guys, on everything, your successes and with the way your channel is. And yeah, if you haven't checked it out, guys, Tam and Bell did the live the other day. It was amazing. They smashed it. And yeah, well done. And hopefully we get to see you guys on here at some point soon. So starting off in the chat, we have Santa. Hello, Santa, all the way from the North Pole. I hope you're okay. And then we have Amanda. I hope you're well, Amanda. Hope everything's going well. Loving your lives. I loved it the other night. I was in stitches. I won't say too much, apart from it was just the best. I've just had such a giggle. And you know what? The pickups are really, really good, by the way. You both smashed it. Debs, hope you're well. Hope you're well. Hope everything's good. Hope you're smashing it. Hi, Pat. Hi, Mum. Hope you're well. Richard will be with us. I know he's having some issues with his internet, so I'm sure he'll join us in a moment. Speaking of Tam and Bell, there they are. Hope you're well. And then we've got Secret Carper. Hope you're well, mate. Hope all is good. Hope you're having a good week. And yeah, hope you're keeping busy. And also we've got Chris in the house. So we've got, hello, guess who's just got back today? Them Wild Out Boys. Oh, here we go. Wild Boys. Well, John Luke's just come back on YouTube, if you haven't checked him out. For those that don't know John Luke, he was a really good reseller. And yeah, go and check out, I think it's John Luke Reselling. It used to be called The Reselling White Boy, but he's just done a video just kind of explaining why he's been away. And yeah, he's looking to come back on YouTube doing 1 video a week. So good to see John back on YouTube. And I'm looking forward to seeing his content. I really like what John does, but you have to make sure that you're putting your mental health and everything first. And it's more important than anything. We've got, who else we got in the chat here? So we've said that. And then we've got, how we do it. So rich by name, not by nature. I'm sure by nature by now. I'm sure you're an absolute millionaire. Hope you're okay. Stu's in the house. How we doing, Stu? And hope you're well. Hope you're smashing it, mate. And yeah, hope sales are coming in. Plenty of money coming your way. Jason, hope you're well. Evening all. Whilst listening in the background, nice. I hope you're listening in the background. Are you listening whilst listening, or just listening in the background? And then Stu saying hello to a couple of people, and so Tam and Bell. Hi, Aaron. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope your week's been well. Hope you're doing well. And then we've got Chris Tyler, which I think I've said hello to, but if not, hi Chris, how you doing? Daniel, how we doing? Hope you well. And then we've got Fix It for Reselling. Evening, everybody. And then we've got Don in the house. Evening, everyone. How we doing, Don? Hope you're well. And then we've got Rolando. How we doing? Apologies if I pronounce any names wrong. Joys of dyslexia. I just give it a go, and if it's wrong, don't take any offense. Like if your name's Carl and I'll say Claire, just accept it. Okay, it's happening. We've got Matthew in the house. How we doing, Matthew? Hope you're well. Bill and Moon, hello. Hope you're well. M's Den UK, loving that. Richard and James, hope you're both well. Well, I'm well. I'm really well. As for Richard, I've not had a text. I've no idea what he's doing, but I'm sure he is watching this on his phone as I speak, and he is trying to come on. I know he's had issues with his laptop, so I know things have been happening. So them gremlins have been seeping in. We've got Skillet. Hope you're okay. Smash that like button. I agree. Smash that like button. How am I surviving on my own? How am I keeping this show running when these silly laptops playing silly games? We've got here we go. Oh, I was trying to block someone there, but I didn't mean to. Lisa Richardson, hope you're well. Love the podcast. Thank you very much. I'd love to hear that, and I'm really happy that you enjoy the podcast. 1 a month is the plan, but we've got some changes, and we'll explain when we're both on the future of Saturday Night Live, how it's going to go. It's not going to stop, but maybe a part of it won't be on for much longer. But we'll explain more. We'll both want to be on here to have that conversation. She's always flipping Mandy. You spoke a lot. You spoke. Made a lot of sense. But thank you very much. That was the real point of the podcast. Like I am the biggest kidder and the biggest. Like I'll have a laugh, but I wanted to say it as it was. And if you guys haven't noticed yet, if you head over to my YouTube channel, you'll notice I don't have any videos there anymore. And if you also go and check my Instagram, you'll realize that I am a private account now. So I'm focusing on YouTube. All right, welcome back, Richard. Welcome back. I've just finished my little speech, and then I'll
4 times.
So, all right, let me finish my speech because I'm just talking about YouTube, no video. So it's just to say I've officially decided for the time being and for this next year, regardless of my race with Tam and Bell, I've called it quits. I'm actually not going to have do any YouTube. That's not forever, and I'm still going to be doing things with Richard. But I've decided that my own individual channel, I just don't have the time to dedicate to it as it stands at the moment. Also on Instagram, I've also made a decision that I don't want random people viewing me that I don't know. I want to choose who's viewing my content just because I don't know who's out there. And plus, I show my daughter so many times on the internet. And are you there, Richard? Have you frozen again? He's frozen again. He's literally frozen again. This is hilarious. So when Richard goes, he'll be back in a bit. I'll just kick him off. There he goes. So it's just to say the reason why I've done that on Instagram is because I show a lot of my family and I show a lot of my daughter, and I've not that I've got anyone who's weird, but I want to kind of be really careful who I'm showing my content to. And I don't feel I've had anything go wrong yet, but I've just made that decision myself. So on Instagram, if you are part of that group and you are following me, then jobs are good. But for people who don't regularly view my content, for people who I don't really know who they are, then I'm just going to kind of dwindle that down. And I just want to have a close group of people that I can contact, that I can talk to. And that when I'm doing my stories, I just feel that safety because I want to just have people who I'm networking with that I'm connected to. And, you know, people that are just like who I generally kind of like and kind of keep it a bit like my Facebook profile. I think I've got like 100 or 50 people on there, but I know all of them and I can speak to all of them. But I think at one point I had 1,000 friends. So I think I'm just kind of coming to terms with where I stand on social media and that for the time being. But YouTube is not forever, but at least for the next year and for the foreseeable future. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of work. And for me, I would much prefer to put every last bit of energy I've got, putting it into my business at the moment. Hello, Holly. My daughter. I think my daughter's here. This is my daughter. She's here. Hello, Holly. Right, I've just been talking about you to everyone. Do you want to say hello to everyone?
Hello.
Hello. Right, we're doing a live at the moment, so I'm going to have to ask you to go, but I'll come see you in a bit, okay?
Have a McDonald's. What do you want?
Oh, I'm having a McDonald's. I'll have a burger, please, and chips, if that's
What
okay. Can I have some mayonnaise?
Do you want toy?
I would like a toy as well, please.
All right, goodbye.
All right, goodbye. Thank you. Holly is doing a McDonald's order downstairs. So just to put it in context, we're not actually... You're going to clean up, thank you. So there we go. Holly's in the house. See, talk of Holly and she appears. You're very good at swimming. We'll catch up with you in a bit, cheeky monkey, whilst I chat to everyone, but I will speak to you, okay? I'm Richard. Richard isn't here yet. He's gone wandering.
Oh.
I know, that's what I thought. You're doing a better impression than Richard. I can see your head here, look. Do you want to come do the live with me instead of Richard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're better than Richard. At least you're turning up and your connection's better. Right, go make me that McDonald's anyway. Cheeseburger, please. So, what happens is that... no ham, just cheese.
Right.
Thank you. So downstairs, my wife and Holly, they do... they make like a McDonald's set up downstairs. We don't actually get a McDonald's, but they make the burgers and the chicken nuggets and they bring it up, and Holly puts some of her toys in bags. Oh, you'll see. You'll see. I think I'm getting a McDonald's order, so this is cool. So I'm getting a cheeseburger. So, sorry, this is getting a bit random. I'm sorry if I'm like blah, 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 lots of things coming out, but hopefully this is making sense. I'm making a lot of radical changes. You might have seen that with the podcast, the way I'm speaking, my attitude. I'm just focusing more on the business and also my family and also on the people that I want in my life. If that makes sense. And you guys, all you guys watching, thank you so much, because you know who you are. You know, you all matter. You all matter. So where are we at? Aaron's been a legend. Was decent. Thank you very much, Aaron. Appreciate that. Chris, podcast was just like we were there with you. Oh, I like that. I bet you watched it live too. Yeah, I did. I watched it live, and the best part was, Chris, Richard watched it live, and it was his night off, and he went with his family to the pictures, and he was basically watching it and catching up. And I think he got in a little bit of trouble. So yeah, his wife said, next time you do it, you off your phone, this, that, and the other. So Richard being Richard, he's just such a giving person. He's there for everyone, and he just didn't want to miss it, even though he was there with his family. He's just a heart of gold. But when he comes on, I didn't say that. Okay. Tam and Belle. Ems is saying hello. I will catch up to everyone. Sean, I'm here. Here he is. Never got an invite to the meetups. I think I've been banned. Well, I didn't get an invite, Sean, to the invite, apart from an indirect invite from Sarah Resell. So Sarah's an absolute legend, but I never got an official invite. But I think, as far as I'm concerned, Sean, I take it with a pinch of salt. I think there's so many people, everyone's welcome. So I think if you asked to join, the people who organise it, and then they said no, then you're in trouble. But sometimes you just got to invite yourself to these things, I think, from what I understand. So I wouldn't overthink it. Moon. Oh, wow, super chat. Thank you so much, by the way. Thank you, buddy. Appreciated. You didn't have to. Anyone who gives anything, I don't receive any of it. Richard gets it, so you don't honestly have to. Don't feel you need to give us any money, because Richard gets it. So don't give him it. It's not worth it. Santa saying hello to some people. Ian J, hello all. Hope you're well. I do love that picture. Is that the Louvre in France? I don't actually know where it is, but making a fool of myself. But what is that? What is that picture? So Jason's saying, question. I have a buyer claiming half his items were not in the parcel and was opened a return. Has anybody had this? I'm thinking I'm being scammed. So question, I have a buyer claiming half of his items were not in the parcel. Well, first of all, Jason, if you sent the items and you're 100% sure that they were all in there, then straight away there's a form of a scam going on. Second of all, if they're returning half the items and that's what you're going to get back, I would look at it two ways. How much did you pay for the items? So if you paid £100 for them and he's returning 50 quid, you know, or if you paid a couple of quid for something and you're getting something back, I'd just just let it go under the rug, because if you haven't invested a lot of money, it's not worth your time, because you can do more listings and you can move on from it. Obviously block the person, and obviously call eBay and make them aware of what's happening, and maybe eBay can kind of step in. But I would always call eBay and ask them what you need to do, and ask them what you should do in that scenario, because as long as you're following their processes, then they should have you back to a degree. There is going to be times where they're not going to have you back, and we said this in the podcast, but as long as you're following the rules and regulations, this has never happened, Jason. They might have an idea that this particular person might have done this previously. So speak to them, have a chat with their agents, and ask them what you should be doing, really. Because asking people in a chat and random people, you're going to get a mixed signals, mixed messages. So make sure that you're kind of following what they're saying. Oh, I can hear myself. I can hear myself.
Oh yeah.
Get a mixed signal. Hello, echo.
I'm so stressed.
You don't need to be stressed.
Well, not only my laptop keeps turning off, and let's touch wood it doesn't again, because it's done it about 5 times. Good evening, everybody. Firstly, secondly, my glass of lemonade has gone all over the floor.
Okay. And
we've had this before. This isn't the first time. We've had this before.
It's the first time with lemonade. It was Coke originally.
First time with lemonade. So good evening, everybody. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on. I thought it was the extension lead. I've changed the extension lead and it's still doing it. So I'm hoping it doesn't now.
I'm here.
James is here holding the fort. So that's a good thing. Have you told everybody about your plans?
No, because I was waiting for both of us to be on.
What's happening?
I haven't got any feedback. I'm not still on your phone, am I? Or on your screen?
No, I've literally got one thing open.
I can slightly hear myself, but it's fine. I'll move on. So with Saturday Night Live and the podcast, I'm only going to be doing Saturday Night Live for the next 3 weeks. Reason for that is, I know, I thought you would give me the 3 fingers there. The reason is just family commitments. I'm finding it really, really hard getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning after doing a live. I'm exhausted. It's pretty much a mixture of that, where I still want to kind of be part of all our group that we all are. Well, I feel like we're a small family on Richard's channel. So we're going to be doing the podcast, and we're going to be getting guests on, and we're going to be bringing out that content. And maybe it might be more than one a month then. If I'm not doing Saturday Night Live, maybe it might be 2 weeks. Maybe we might eventually get it weekly. But it's just more of a day and a time. It's nothing else. There's nothing overthinking that. If this was on a Thursday night, maybe I wouldn't be having this conversation, because I'm not going to a boot sale in the morning. It's just so happens that this has happened. And to be fair, we've been doing it for 11 to 12 months coming up now. So, things do change. They just change at the end of the day. And I'm making lots of radical changes at the moment, but all of them for the right reasons, which is to benefit my business, which will benefit my family, and then benefit my friends. Because I just agree that I don't need lots of things going on. I just want to focus on a couple of things, and then I can make sure all of them are done with all the best of my intentions. And the podcast, especially, even like Mandy was saying, and a couple of people said, Sir Pete was saying, it just allowed me to focus and say the things that have been on my mind that are happening. And that's just one subject. I just think it's going to be really interesting going further forward with the podcast. What's Sean saying?
He's saying spilled lemonade. That's what they all say when they start pissing themselves. Senior incontinence is no joke. Supporting Richard by subbing and ticking that bell. Yeah, if only it was. If only it was. My laptop cut off 5 times. I went to pick it up to check the battery, and the lead for the mic caught round my glass of lemonade and just dumped it on the floor everywhere. So yeah, I've got some clearing up to do in a little bit. But hey ho. These things happen. And we're back now. So
definitely,
it's been a bit of a tough week. What an ending to it, with that.
100%.
It is what it is. You've got to keep smiling, otherwise start crying. No point in crying over spilt lemonade.
No.
Hello to everybody that said hello to me. I apologise. Like I say, if I've missed names and stuff, hi to Tommy. I see Tommy's in. Stu, Amanda, Jason, Sean's obviously in.
Oh, definitely.
So Aaron's in. So, yeah, good evening to everybody, and I hope you're all okay. Yeah, so it's a bit of a sad news, really, isn't it? We're losing James, but you know, we'll have a good time when he's gone. Don't worry about that.
Tommy's put, it sounds like my partner's done a smackdown. She's kind of the opposite of that. Richard knows that by speaking to her.
No, she's good as gold. She's good as
quite
gold.
happy.
Just
Quite
James,
happy for it to
James
continue.
is fed up with me. We've had a big YouTube falling out and stuff like that. So now we're gonna have like a YouTube boxing match to settle it and stuff like that. You know.
Well, you can win. You win.
No, we haven't had no falling out. We've had no falling out.
You're way too level-headed, Richard, for fall. I don't know. I don't think you can fall out with people unless people want to fall out with you, but you don't look for it. So it's impossible.
No, exactly. Because like, what's the point? But you know, things change. What people want, the goals, what they're trying to do, and then the things they do in their life, it changes, and it's as simple as that. And that's all it is with James. You know, he wants to concentrate on his business. I was a bit shocked tonight when he said that he was taking all his videos down and private in his changing all his Instagram and that. So yeah, quite shocked about that one. He's really sort of he means what he's doing, and you know, if you put that much heart and soul into something and you mean it with every fibre in your body, then it's only going to go good ways for him in his business, I think. So good on him. Good on him. So we've got Dave T Cakes.
I like
what
Aaron's
the hell
message.
went down in last Monday's meeting? Well, you know,
all kicked off.
James was on his final warning, so he's decided to leave before he was pushed.
Yeah.
Not at a jump. Yeah, so we've got everyone in. Did everybody watch Tam and Bell's live? That was really good for the 500 subs.
Definitely gave it a good shout out. What's Sean saying here?
Despite the grief of losing JR to the world of YouTube, you can still look at his empty page on YouTube.
Yeah, my empty page is there. My empty page is there, definitely.
Yeah, the empty page is there. So, what have we spoke about apart from you leaving me? Apart from you leaving me and just basically jogging everyone on social media. What else are we talking about?
Well, the thing is, the best part is
hang on, I did something about. Did someone? So, thank you to whoever paid the done the super chat, and I did hear James say don't pay it because Rich gets it. Rich doesn't get it. Rich doesn't get anything. It's rubbish. It just about pays for the. I think I'm still paying for the smoke machine that I bought for last Halloween. No, but thank you for that anyway. Yeah, but to say James, I'm sure James will pop back every now and again.
Oh, 100%.
Which is good.
I just think at the end of the day, I'm with ADHD. My issue is that I have such a short attention span, and the more things I have going, the more easier it is to step away from it. Yeah. And I've seen in such a short space of time, focusing on my eBay business and being consistent just on them 10 listings, how it's radicalized my business and how it's kind of really, really made a dramatic difference. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, if I can make them 10 into 15 and I can make them 15 into 20, I can make them 20 into 30 listings per day. I can start seeing big, big differences. And I know eBay is something that's a slow, it's a steady, and for me, it's about hitting them small goals to hit bigger goals. And yeah, I just want as much focus as possible. And as I said, I think over the last couple of boot sales that I've got there at 4 o'clock, I think I've just been a bit of a zombie and I've missed out on so many good bits and I've almost not been switched on. And, you know, I'm going to miss this. I'm really going to miss it. Like, it's a bit like, you know, like when you...
We'll be all right, you lot, won't we? We'll be all right.
No, everyone would probably be buzzing. They'll understand what's actually being happened. They'll
actually be able to understand my language.
Apart from they're going to get 15 minutes at the start of the show where you're not on and you just
where there's nothing. Where there's nothing. Yeah. I'm just going to have that, like, you know, the TV card with a girl with Humpty Dumpty on it, like with the pigtails. I'm just going to have that on till I get the computer sorted.
Definitely.
But no, we should be all right. We've got Lee Fix It Review selling in as well, I can see. We've got Marie and Paul in as well.
But no, we've got
Marie and Paul.
As I said, we've got the podcast, and I think, you know, that's going to kind of keep my foot in the door in regards to being here and talking with the community. But But no, I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the next chapter. I'm looking forward to the business. I've got an amazing friendship with Richard, and you know that I just. If there's one thing I ever get from YouTube or being part of this, like just your friendship's like worth. It's better than the business. If I have to go work for someone, but I get your friendship, I'd take that. And that's saying a lot because I never want to work for someone.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said to you before, like, you know, when we had this discussion, and I said, you know, at the end of the day, I did start this alone. It was just a thought that popped into my head because I know there was a lot of people sat there bored on Saturday night, as I was. And it was good. You came on board and you stayed, and you know, now you feel it's your time to go. But like I said to you, and I, you know, say in front of everyone here, but there's not one bit of malice or negativity. I'm sad that he's going. I'm 100% sad that he's going because I think the banter's good, and I think I'm hoping that everyone's going to stick around because a lot of it, I think, is the banter and the way we bounce off each other and the chemistry. So I'm hoping that people are still going to come in because I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be doing it. We're going to get people on still. We're going to have guests on and stuff. So, but I think a lot to do with what I'm going to miss is the banter between me and you. And although we'll talk every day, we won't be doing it on here. Do you know what I mean? So, and as I said to you, there's no malice. I've got not one thing. You know, like I say, I'm sad you're going, but like, am I angry about it? No. You know, do I feel let down? No. Do I feel like you've stabbed me in the back? No. There's nothing like there's nothing.
Say yes, then I'd have laughed.
I should have said yes.
Like I've been stabbed yes.
Did I feel you've mugged me off? Yes.
Yes.
You know, but no. Do you know what I mean? There is none of that whatsoever. And nothing like it whatsoever.
John Luke's in the chat. He's just done his video. He's come back on the YouTube scene. So
hello,
fantastic
mate.
to see John back. I'm off now. What
have you two been talking? Because you're coming back and he's buggering off.
Big talks. We've had big talks.
Have you had big talks? Have you?
Well, there can only be like one northerner rocking YouTube at a time. That's,
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not doing interviews at the moment for a new co-host. There's no interviews being done. But for a big enough bribe, I could be convinced.
Definitely. No, I tell you what, I'm just looking forward to like the podcasts and the journey that we're going to be kind of doing with that one.
I love the podcast, and I said to you after we recorded it, I watched it twice because it was just like it was different. You know, I wasn't sort of keeping an eye on the chat, and you've done well tonight, like keeping an eye on the chat. We've got Ella in as well, Rich Secret Carper's in, and you did really well, and. It's like, but on the podcast, I haven't got to be, you know, obviously we're doing it for whoever's watching, but like you haven't got to concentrate on the chat because it's you talking to me and I'm talking to you sort of thing. If we've got a guest on, do you know what I mean? It's just this is entertainment. This is leisure. And we do talk about reselling, or we talk about many things on here, you know, plus we've done the quizzes and stuff, and hopefully we'll carry the quizzes on and stuff like that. So, but like the podcast is proper, it's just proper reselling talk, which I like. Yeah. It was good. It was really good. I say I really enjoyed it as well. So yeah, it's hopefully something that will just grow. Substitution. Yeah, definitely, John Luke. Oh dear. But yeah, no, I mean, you know, I'm sure he'll be sat in the chat on a Saturday watching, like hiding it from his missus like I was at the when we was out last week. But what did you do? What did you do on your lovely night off for your family night off last Saturday?
Yeah, my wife decided out of all the weeks that she's never been out to go around to her mates.
So you had nice quiet Saturday then.
To be fair, I stayed in the chat and I was chatting with people all the way through it. And to be fair, I just cracked on with listing. As exciting as it sounds, I just managed to get on top of Sunday's listing so that when Sunday happened, I didn't have to do any listing. So it was really good. What's Sean saying? Well,
Sean's saying that it's sad not to see JR's pudgy little face every week live, but I can still abuse him in private messages until he blocks me, so it's not all bad. And he's even put your eBay on there. Look at that.
Oh, thank you very much.
Look at that. Yeah, I've been watching M's Den. I've been watching them two guys. They're really good. Been watching their videos now. I was watching their first video. And they had all the bloopers at the end. I just think it's so funny watching the bloopers where they were trying to do their intro video. It's brilliant.
I love it. I love a good blooper.
Yeah,
especially when I think when I first started doing videos, I think I had more bloopers than anything. And sadly, I didn't keep them because the phone I was using just kept running out of memory. I remember doing Vlogmas, and that was when I got my new phone. And literally, I had to delete everything off the phone just to get through. And I think one day was I think had I done one extra day on that phone, it wouldn't have happened if I didn't get my new phone.
Yeah,
Vlogmas was a heck of. For me, that's my only YouTube goal I've ever achieved, and that's the last. That's the.
Right. So you're not doing Vlogmas this year, then?
No, but I recommend anyone else should do it.
Go for it. Richard sent his application in.
Oh,
there you go. Everyone's applying for your job already.
Well, they can.
Sean saying, "Evening, John Luke. Rehab seems to have been kind. I'll check out your confessional later." We've got Don in. How you doing, Don? So sorry about the start of all this. It doesn't usually go that bad. I think it's done it once before, but yeah, my laptop's decided to play silly buggers.
Well, that's all right. Don't worry about that too much.
Oh, I know, but you know what I'm like. I don't like letting people down. John Luke, the super sub.
It definitely is. It's good to have him back, and mental health and everything that's been going on. You know, it's not easy, but you got to put your health before anything, and you know, focus. And I think it sounds like he's had a good group around him and people that have. Yeah, I think it's really important to have a good network and a good friendship to support base, because not every day is perfect, and I think by having a good thingamajig, the Creuset pot eBay this week.
Yeah, apparently Aaron's picked up a bargain one this week. Yeah, I sold a bargain one this week. It got sent today, £3.20. But then see, we've been cleaning out kitchen cupboards today.
I know,
and we found two green immaculate Le Creuset lids. So they're now on eBay. And they're on at Buy It Nows. They're not on for an auction. They're on a Buy It Now.
So the one thing that we've both learned is don't auction it. Put it on a Buy Now.
Exactly. There you go.
And if you are going to auction it, put it on a price that you're happy to accept.
Evening, Chris. Yeah. And I always say that. Don't start something less than you're prepared to take for it, or than what you paid for it. And I just went against everything because I just thought it happens, and you know, we spoke about it, and sometimes you do. I've put stuff on with a Buy It Now, and it's not sold. So I started with a 99p auction, and it goes for more than what it was for when I put it on for the Buy It Now. So just how it goes sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
There's Ella's link. What else are you saying? Looking at a storage unit just down the road. £20 a week for 35 square foot. That's not very big.
That's what she
First
said.
8 weeks was half price. Where's my carry-on whistle?
Oh, yeah.
Looking at store down about 20 quid a week for 35 square foot. That's tiny, isn't it?
I've no idea. Is that as big as this room?
No.
Oh.
My last one was 95 square foot, and it wasn't overly big. How did the Le Creuset pot not sell, Rich?
No, it's sold. It's sold.
It sold for the big sum of £3.20. You obviously haven't been watching my videos, have you, Tam? So that's it. You've been caught out, son. That's it now.
No, definitely sold.
It. I'm going to tell everyone now to unsub. I've been telling everyone subs. Now that's it. Going the other way now.
Definitely.
£3.20 it sold for, but it was pointed out, and I'll always admit to my mistakes. I did spell Creuset wrong, so it was.
To be fair, I realised today on 3 of my listings because of my dyslexia, I put waste. I spelt it wrong. I spelt it as in like waste, as in waste. So I was like, just because obviously it was spelt correctly, it was
Yeah.
the wrong. Obviously it's got an I in it. That's what I need to look out for. But Joy's a dyslexia, and I was like, oh, I've typed that wrong on that, and I was like, right, let's go have a look at some more of my listings, and I typed in the word waste, and you can search via keyword. So yeah, I'm the master of spelling things wrong. I think I put windproof the other day, spelt it wrong or something like that. I put windproof or something like that.
Yeah, same, isn't it? Wind and wind is the same word.
It's the
So
same.
you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. You get away with that one.
Definitely.
Off out clothes shopping tomorrow with the kids. So did all tomorrow's listings today. Who says you can't have days off? That's good,
Definitely.
Mandy. Oh, I've got to say hello to my mum. I'm sure my mum's in. I haven't seen her yet, but
yeah, she has. She was in at the start of the show, and I said that you'd be coming back. Then you came back, and then you went again. So.
Good evening, Jess. How you doing?
Good evening, Jess. How we doing? But yeah, no, it was. She came in, and I said, "Hi, Pat." I said, "Richard will be back," and then you came, and then you went, mate. So
yeah, I came and then bugged up again.
Little bit awkward.
Yeah, if anyone did see my Wedgwood candle post on Instagram, then they will be pleased to hear I listed them today. 17 of the 23. So, I had sold within 3 hours. Well done,
Wow.
Shrew.
Wow.
That's good.
Wow. Well done, mate.
That's good. Remember, Rich, it's Le Creuset. Yeah, I had the E and the U round the wrong way, so probably a big part of my fault. But it had 11 watchers, and it had good, all right views. Yeah, and it just didn't get the bids. That's the way it goes.
Yeah,
lucky enough, it sold for £3.20. I paid £2.50 for it, so I didn't lose anything.
But then you had determination, like more determination I've ever seen. And someone went to Ford Market and he bought 2 items. He decided to go and find Eric and Wallace and Gromit. And then what happened with them and how much did you pay? Please do tell. Because Tom and Bell don't watch your videos, so you have to tell them
exactly. Now. Well, I say no, I spelt it wrong on purpose. So been watching them, of course. We do. I know. So after the Le Creuset gate went bandy for me. I just got up, decided I was going to go to Ford Car Boot on Thursday. I never go on a Thursday. Picked up an item and picked up a random item today for £10. A banknote counter. Nice, yeah, they are nice.
Nice.
Amanda sold one of them, organised a reseller, so she got really good money for hers. So I went to Ford boot sale on Thursday. Turns out it was more of an antique market, but and I've done a video on this pickup. It would have been 2 videos ago. So 2 videos the day before yesterday's would have been picking them up, and then yesterday's would have been you would see whether I've sold them or not, or what they've gone for. But I'm going to tell you. So I picked up Robert Harrop is the I think the name on the box.
Yeah, and they do a lot of collectibles.
Yeah, collectible Beano stuff and comic book stuff. So I kept seeing people walking past this box, and then I saw Wallace and Gromit clock, and I thought, oh, I know they're all right if you can get them cheap. So I went over, I said, how much for this? And then I looked in the box and saw it was a Banana Man, and I thought, well, Banana Man is not a new thing. So like I had a look around it and it looked all right. And so I asked them how much for the 2, and the woman said, she came back, said, £8. So I literally put them down. I thought, I'm not sure. Put them down, walked off. And then I don't know. I just got a pain in my gut, and I thought I'll have a quick look for the Banana Man. So I looked, and it was sort of between £29 and £65. So I thought, right, I'm going to go back. Hopefully it'll still be there. I'll get it. So anyway, Banana Man and Wallace and Gromit were both still there. So I said, will he take £7? So I went, yeah, all right, we'll take 7. So I was like, sweet. Didn't find nothing else. Went to a charity shop.
You found my uncle. You found my uncle.
Oh, I filmed James's uncle at Ford Car Boot sale on Thursday night. I didn't know. I don't know his uncle, but he said he watched the video and his uncle was on there at the start. So that was a bit of a mad one as well. Small world. But yeah, so on the way home, I went to a charity shop and I picked up a Power Rangers t-shirt. Looks like it's never been worn. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for 50p.
That's nice. I like that. What size was it?
I don't know whether it's a small or medium. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm
So,
getting a bit fat now, so it'd be a
so I,
large. But
well, I spent £7.50. I've still got the t-shirts listed. It hasn't sold. The Banana Man sold within 12 minutes for $69.95. I thought I'd go a little bit higher than the highest one that sold. I spoke to James and they hadn't had many sell and there wasn't any about. So I went $69.95 plus $6.95 postage, and it sold within 12 minutes.
whilst we were first timing whilst you listed, I think it was less than that.
No,
I swear it was like 6 minutes.
And then the ka-ching come through when we was on the
I
phone.
swear it was 6 minutes. I swear you're acting like it was longer. It wasn't. I think it was with 6 minutes because I think
Yeah, I'm
you
sure I looked
listed
on
it,
there and I'm sure it was.
and I was chatting to you, and then we went ka-ching, and then you went, yeah, it's sold, and then you went, oh, my heart's gone, and I went, let me go and double check it, and I was like, yours is by far the highest price it sold for. So
Yeah. So
but
that
clearly,
was a nice little thing.
clearly someone has been in a situation where they missed out on it last time and they've had it on a search and they wanted it.
Yeah. Well, I sold that within a few minutes of listing it. And then the next morning I woke up and ka-ching, and the Wallace and Gromit went. So, I mean, I paid £7 for the two. If you say I paid a £5 for the Banana Man and got 70 quid back on it, and say I paid £2 for the clock and I got 13 quid back plus postage. So really good. Yeah, nice couple of little pickups. I say I never been to Ford Market on a Thursday, wasn't intending on going, and I was just sat there drinking a cup of coffee, and I thought I'm going to pop to the market.
Yeah.
And picked up a nice couple of bits. Everything else was just so expensive there, and I say most of the stalls on there and vans, and there was a lot of house clearance people, and it was all antique stuff. It was all more money. So yeah, I was quite happy to find them couple of bits. So yeah, good couple of good sales, and this thing on the podcast about the consistency and the listing. I've been listing 5 a day. One day I think I missed. I've done 3 listings. I missed out on 2.
Don't work. Don't work.
Well, it does work because I've still been getting sales, and I haven't been getting sales, so it does work. So
it doesn't. You have to do it every single day the same amount.
Yeah. No, shut up. I've been listening to what he's been telling me because I was really not listening, as everybody knows. I've been getting some good sales.
I'll let you off, but honestly, the game changer is the same amount every single day.
Yeah, but because that's a nice routine to get into. But obviously, the week I've had this week, and it's like just been.
Oh man, 100%.
And then,
but what I'm saying is,
I've listed 6 today. So
yeah. But what I'm saying is that's a habit that we all thought. But the real hack is that if eBay, I think it was 2 weeks. I think I told you a story. I listened to a guy who'd not been on eBay for 6 months. And he had like 100, 200 items on there, but they just weren't getting any viewage. And 2 weeks he listed 7 a day. And it took 2 weeks and it refreshed his whole store. Because what it does is how it realistically works, and the hack to it is that eBay don't know you from Adam and Eve. If you're actively on there every single day and you're putting the same amount on there and you're posting your items pretty much straight away, they can rely on you. Therefore, they're going to give you traffic. But if you're putting on 5, 0, 10, 2, 8, and it's up and down, they don't know how much traffic to send your way. It's not because all that's behind all this isn't a person. It's an algorithm that's predetermined how much traffic should be coming your way. So the more consistent you can be, what happens is that they'll try and find whereabouts you are as a business so that they can send enough traffic. Because as we all know, sadly, if you have 1,000 items, you're not going to wake up with 500 sales, because eBay is designed to be more of a business. Where if you go to Amazon, which is the difference, if you go to Amazon and send 1,000 units up there and you price it cheaper than anyone else, you can sell all 1,000 within a day. So they're just 2 different type of business models where, but if you're on, I don't know what Etsy's like or Depop's like or all these other things, but maybe the other platforms are not as. And as I said in the podcast, do I agree with eBay the way they are? No, I don't think that should happen. I think if you do a good listing and a good price and a good title, you shouldn't have to be active every day. But as Mandy's just said, your hack to it, your other changes, you can do 10 one day, put 5 on, and then put 5 of them drafts on the other day to allow yourself to have a day off. So technically today I could have listed 20 items, and then tomorrow I don't need to list because I'll just put them 10 drafts on. But I've still done 10 every single day. It's just there are workarounds. And as I said, the thing is that, mate, you're from where you were to where you are now, you are right. You've created a reason to put 5 on. And the difference being is today you went, all right, I haven't stuck to it, but you said to me, I'm putting 10 on, and you put your 10 on. And that's made up and then balanced out the rest of the week. So that's all it was. And that's what I did in January. And then I'm realizing for me to be full time to really get going, I think I'm going to need about 15 to 20, because the quicker I can do my processes, and the quicker I can get my listings on, because I've only got so much time in a day, the better. But it's don't get me wrong. If I was selling Ferraris or whatever, I'm sure maybe one listing a day. But sadly, there's not many Ferraris or Bentleys going quite cheap in my area.
Well, yeah, exactly. Daniel, you can probably search me on eBay. I always forget to put eBay links and stuff in. I don't do that, so I've even forgot to put Instagram. I'm going to keep putting your Instagram and YouTube links in, even when you're not here.
Well, if you go to my YouTube, there's no videos, and if you go to my Instagram, I have to allow people now to come see my content.
There you go, Daniel. So yeah, if you look on Night's Life Reselling on eBay, and I'm sure you'll find the t-shirt. Been to Ford a couple of times, bit of a trek for us, but we love it there. Yeah, it's a good. It used to be a lot better. I would say probably 7-8 years ago, it used to be really, really good compared to what it is now. But yeah, you can support yourself from picking through the house clearance guys at Ford on a Thursday. If you're local, it's a must visit. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Sean, I don't know enough about antiques and stuff. You know, I know vintagey stuff and that, but antique stuff, I wouldn't have a clue. There's so much of it there. I know, like the big, like enamel painted, like garage signs, Esso and stuff like that. You know, I've over the time I have seen a couple of film props at Ford as well. Not on the, like I say, I've never done the Thursday, but I will go next Thursday just to have a look, because why not? It's up the road, and I might as well check it out.
Yeah.
I got one of the t-shirt, unfortunately, Rich. Oh, okay.
No, but then notice. Oh,
It's got Saban on it in a little circle. Hello, Holly Bobs.
Richard's saying hello.
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 What do you think of Richard?
Good.
Good girl. Good girl.
No,
I did not think of it. What is Richard?
he's the moony guy.
He's a Mooney Bye.
Yeah.
That's often what I call him, a Mooney Bye.
Mooney boy, he always calls me that.
Classic Mooney Bye.
So Shabba saying he's been doing 5 one day, 7 another day, 8 another day, but no less than 5. Am I doing it wrong then? I think as long as you're consistently listing, I think you're doing it right. But you know, it's whether there's something in what James is saying, and you know, the algorithm's looking for not only consistent listing, but consistent numbers in what you're listing. I mean, who knows? All you can do is try.
I would say this is based on people that are listing much higher numbers than me that I've taken this from. So 10 is just a solid number to do. But the reason is that if you're constantly listing the same amount, then the algorithm knows that at that point in the day there is going to be this amount on the store. If you answer there's lots of things that basically we're doing that all go towards either being top rated seller or that help our rankings. That can be how quick you post an item, how quick you reply to a message, even though that's not a statistics. If you actually look at your report that you can have access to now on eBay, it shows you how quick you respond to things, which will then get picked up. I reckon it won't be long, but I imagine the reason why they don't do it is because they're some of their best. They probably make the most money from people that don't list every single day, because they pay so much for the shop fees and the items that don't sell. I imagine eBay makes an absolute mint from those that have 600 items that are only allowed 300 that don't sell. So they're never going to knock them down too much, because that's probably their biggest earning amount of money that they earn. And that's why eBay don't tell you how to sell. They don't give you a video going, this is how you make a perfect listing. It's kind of there, but it's not there. But yeah, everything kind of happens. And the more successful stores on eBay, this is like if you want to be a bigger store, by the way. If you just want to sell, like this isn't going to work for someone like Sean as an example, because Sean sells very rare and very unique one-off pieces.
Yeah.
So someone like Sean, I ain't preaching this to someone like Sean's business because his business is different. People are going to find Sean's listing because he is the only one on eBay, or there is not a lot of it, if that makes sense. So he's selling to a collector. So when you're selling your film props, Richard, when you get back into that and you're selling, I don't know, the new Marvel films that are coming out in the next 10 years, you're selling the script from Avengers or Doctor Strange or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't realistically need to be selling every single day.
No.
Listing every single day. My headphones have just gone off. Give me a quick second.
Well, it's all going on tonight. The old Gremlins.
There you go. It's back in my ears now. But yeah, so if your model is you've got something that's a one-off and it's rare, then this isn't for you. What I'm saying is, if you are listing items that everyone else has access to, and that you're competing against people, consistency, what it does is it helps push up your listings, it helps promote it, and all these things are so you can compete. And that the more consistent you are, the better service you provide, the quicker you act, the higher you rank on eBay. Because I remember chatting to eBay customer services one time, and if you say, for instance, that you have, I don't know, 90% feedback, you don't post your items on time, and you don't answer questions very quickly. If you put a 20% promotion on, and I put a 5% promotion on, but my account was crystal clear, the 5% will probably rank higher. Because of everything else that comes into that, if that makes sense. It's like top rated seller, like because eBay looks at its probability of risk. Like they are sending traffic. I think eBay's they're paying every single day on advertisement around about 2 million to 4 million per day on advertisements. There is over, I think there is over one. I don't want to get the figures wrong. But yeah, I know that they're spending about 2 to 3 million per day on advertisements.
Yeah.
So because of that, it's all done on probability of risk. So if you're active and you're constantly on there, they know that if they send that traffic to you, which we're like a grain of sand on the beach, but it's easier to send it to you if you're going to post it the next day, if you're going to reply, if you're listing, if you have very little defects, all them things, it's easier for them to send all the stuff to all them sellers. Where if you're not replying, if your photos, if your defect is really high, then they're not going to proactively promote your pictures. No, it's not being rude, but it's just like they've got a business to run as well, type of thing.
Yeah, Tommy's just saying he lists his by amount, so he'll list it by. I'll sell £800 to £2,000 a day with 450 to 500 listings. He lists the same. I list the same number of items. I list by dollar amount. So yeah, but he does list the same. Yeah. Hi, Krista. Tend to find with 2 young babies, I list in batches of like 100 to 200 items at a time. Hello, Carolyn.
Why's dropping me off food?
Where's mine? 100 to 200 items at a time, and I get great results working like that. In my mind, I can sort of say, right, I have 200 items worth of average 30. Wow, if you can do batches of 100 to 200, that's not bad going.
It's brilliant. It's fantastic.
Thumbs up. Thank you, Krista.
But then, each to their own. I'm just saying this has come from people that are far more successful than me, and I'm doing it on a very, very small scale, my 10 a day, and I've seen massive improvements on my eBay stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, yours is.
So I'm not telling someone to do this. I'm just saying this is what's working for me, and we're such a small community. Like if I have a little secret that's working, like
you can share
it. I'm going to share it. Yeah, because I'm not
being funny. I've been listing 5 a day, and my sales have gone up. My phone's been ka-chinging, so it does work. I've sold speakers that I've had sat around for a long time, Blu-ray players, and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, and then obviously when I go and pick something up and list it straight away, it sells straight away. So yeah, get listing, definitely. Draft 24 items over a weekend and list 4 a day.
That's brilliant.
That's all right. Yeah, why not?
And that's fantastic because there's a lot of people I speak to. So there was someone I was hearing about the other day.
Sam in, evening, Sam. Sam
Evening,
Selstar. How you doing,
Good to
mate?
see Sam. It was a mum who's got 3 children.
Yep.
And what she does is she gets up every single morning about 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and she does 30 listings, gets them all done. And when the kids wake up by 7:30, she's either done all the photos, done all the drafts, and she's done either all the listings or most of the listings.
Yeah.
And then she'll then finish off the rest of them that she doesn't do when they're put to bed.
Nice.
But so she's earning a full-time income, but whilst being a full-time mum. And I was like, there is time and there's ways in the day and like things work. And I was like, what an inspirational thing. I'm not even, I've got all the time in the day. And I was like, wow, I'm not even that organized, but it will happen.
Yeah, but you are every day you're organizing another little bit of the way you work, and you're shaving a few seconds off of doing this or that or the other, or you're implementing something else that's streamlining your business and saving you time and making you money. For instance, you've got yourself a printer now. You're saving 32 pence per.
Yeah.
Is it per stamp that you do?
I think it works like 32 or 34 pence via by going through Packlink and stuff like that through eBay.
I've never used Packlink. Packlink.
So as a top rated seller, you get a discounted label after it all comes through, which is like amazing how it all works. But apart from I spent, and you'll know, Richard, about 4.5 hours getting that printed to sing with my Mac, but it is now singing, it is now working.
Yeah.
And but I was.
But Chaddy Pete said he had the same problems. Didn't
I was chatting to Chaddy Pete today about it, and Chaddy Pete said that anyone who sets up the Dynamo printer with the Mac, it's like a rite of passage. So if you do that and you get through it, then it's worth it. So I've kind of earned my label printer now. Yeah,
nice. Find eBay's like a sport kid. It consistently needs attention, or it goes a bit mardy and stops talking to you. Yeah, definitely. And I found that, and there's no point in keep saying it, but why I wasn't listing, and now I am, and I'm getting back to it, and I'm enjoying doing it as well. And like I say, I still prefer going to a car boot sale or going to a charity shop and getting something, bring it straight back, put it straight on, and the phone starts ka-chinging. Rather than just, you've seen what I've got here, and literally I've probably got 10% of the stock I had, because I've just donated the stuff I couldn't sell at the car boot sales. I've just donated to charity shops, and I'm going to continue to do that. And I don't care if I end up with no stock in here, because then I'll just go to the shop, I'll buy the stock each week, list it, hopefully it'll go. I don't want a death pile anymore. I've had a death mountain for 2 years, and it's like,
I think at the end of the day, I think you're getting into good habits, and once you get into good habits, they don't end up really breaking. And as long as it's a bit like with me and you both went to the gym. Me and you both went to the gym today, and we were both going to do chest press. I know that me and you would start on about 16 to 20 kg. But I know when we both get going, me and you can be doing
chest
30.
Press? Oh, I'll be doing about 300
but single dumbbells. That's not, honestly, that's where probably we both would be. But we both know that in a year's time or within 8 months, we could both comfortably doing 40 kgs each.
I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger. As soon as I walk through that gym, I don't even have to practice. I just walk in and I just go, boom, and that's it. Like, everyone's looking.
Well, I knew this show was.
Everyone's looking at me and pointing and going, "What a dickhead!"
I knew this show was missing a bit of bullshit. So it's good to see it's turned up.
Well, there you go. It's back.
You win. Mate, you know the score.
Yeah.
What does that say? What was she saying? Mandy was saying.
Mine's measly in comparison, but I do try to do 300 quid a day. That's not measly.
Okay. I think that's incredible. But the thing is that I watch a lot of American people. That's who inspire me. I watch a lot of American people, and obviously the way that they can source and the way that we can source is slightly different. But it doesn't mean that we can't do that. It's just that we've got to find different ways of doing it. And at the end of the day, the more capital you end up owning at the end of the day, the more opportunities open.
Yeah.
And for me right now, I want to get good at one niche. And I think at the moment I'm going to make my main business like clothing accessories.
And
Um,
which is a bit mad because I remember when you first
well,
started, you
no,
was doing gaming and that, and you went, "Oh, I'm never
I'll
touching
never do it.
clothing.
I
Hate
100% said
clothing,
that.
never touching it." And
Never
I've said
touching
the
it.
same thing.
Yeah. And I still don't really like it if I'm being really honest.
Mm.
But from a logical point of view, it's so accessible. And I went to the boot sale today and I was picking it up for either a
You're not,
pound or less.
yeah, but you're not going to get breakages and all that, are you? When you
Well, that's
send it,
it.
it's just nice.
How quick I can
I like what
package them.
Tommy's saying there, though. Most not all list what's easiest as well. So a lot of people do list what's easy. Hence the reason I started buying loads of DVDs because I thought scan the barcode, take a photo,
Yeah,
bish
yeah, yeah.
bash bosh. But it's not worth it. There's no money in it.
We
What
said,
Tommy's saying there, list by value rather than, you know, and then you won't cheat. And yeah, so because it is, if you're going to list 5 DVDs just to say, oh, I listed my 5, and it's not working, and you're listing like a £3 DVD, 15 quid, it's never gonna
I
work
think,
for you.
I think if you are going to sell media or anything that's a lower value, then it's just more
Yeah,
volume.
yeah,
I definitely think there is plenty of money in it. I
yeah.
think it's massively depreciating because of people like Music Magpie, sadly. But
Mm,
could someone earn 30, 40,000, £100,000 a year selling
I still
DVDs
can,
and
yeah.
media all day of the week? All day of the week. It's just that you've only got so
Mm,
much time in the day
yeah,
and you can only list so many items. And also, if you're sending so many packages out, it might just mean that you've got a lot of returns, you've got a lot of queries to answer, where it might be
yeah,
better off just doing a slightly higher amount of stuff. And then you're not sending as many items out. But, you know, each to their own and
yeah,
everyone's comfortable. I won't lie. I loved media.
yeah,
And when Kieran rummaged around, when we were doing lockdown, he really inspired me to buy a lot of DVDs and I made a lot of money.
yeah,
And then that money allowed me to buy my shelving, it allowed me to buy my JFJ.
yeah.
So, and I don't knock it. And I think if you're starting, especially if you're at the first hurdles, you shouldn't ever niche down. You should just pretty much buy as much as possible and
When
learn.
you're starting with nothing, you have to start with whatever you can buy.
Yeah, of course.
So, but actually, start with the stuff you've got in your house that you don't use. And we always say this. We always say that. But first, if you've got tips, start selling the stuff in your house that you don't use anymore. That is the
Definitely.
top tip. And then get a few pounds in from that. Go out and buy what you can afford that you think you can make money on. Give it a go and see how you get on.
Remember the first thing I ever picked up, I was like these Converses, right? And I said, "Oh, how much are them Converses?" And she went, "Oh, they're £4." I went, "Oh, there you go." And I didn't know nothing about shoes or clothing.
Yeah.
And I went home and I went, "Oh, look at these." I said, "These will sell for like 20, 30 quid." And Carolyn goes to me and went, "They're Primark." And I was like, "Why? They're not Converses." She said, "No, Converses have Converses on the back." I didn't know anything, but I just thought, "Oh, Converses are Converses.
Yeah.
But like, you know, and now obviously I laugh at myself for that. Now when I look at Converses, I'm checking if they're legit or fake. I look at it completely different, but it's amazing how like you grow, and I think sometimes you just got to jump into that.
Mm.
And I think I was watching Master of Pieces back then, and I learned about like a lot about the toys and stuff. And I was watching George Ross, and I think it's fantastic watching all these amazing YouTubers that are there. And I think you can learn from what they pick up, but you'll also
Yeah.
find your own thing. What's Tommy saying?
He's saying James hasn't realised promoted listings trumps all now. This was semi-true in 2010.
Yeah, well,
But you promote as well.
Yep, at 5%, everything's 5%.
Yeah, I promote 5% as well, and I've
Yep.
only just started doing it. Like I said before, I've only doing it because, like you said about, oh, do you promote your lit? And I didn't promote at all. And then I've done like I think 1 or 2%, and it was just not worth it. So I upped it to 5.
Yeah, no, 5. I mean, you think of like I've seen a difference between when I was at 2% and a difference between 5%.
Yeah,
And it really does pay off. But I agree with
I
Tommy
think I
100%.
thought of a really good business idea. I'm going to promote 100%.
Yeah, I think it'd all sell.
Do you think I'll smash it?
I think you'd absolutely smash it, mate. You'd smash it regardless of whatever you did, mate.
Oh yeah, talking of smashing it. Lucky enough, it was the Le Creuset pan, and it was well bubble wrapped and well wrapped.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't too happy. Packed it up, lovely in a box. Put so much packaging in, I've nearly run out of. Well, I think I've run out of void fill paper now. but I used the small bubble wrap, the big bubble wrap, packed it proper, took it to Tesco's because they're now doing the parcels, and it to the fellow over the counter. He's put it on the counter, walked away, and it's gone flop straight off the counter onto the floor. So if it was crockery or something like that, or something like Sean sells, I would now be crapping myself. But because I know how I packed it, and I know it's a Le Creuset, it's no damage to it whatsoever.
I imagine Sean packs his things incredibly, because as much as obviously Royal Mail or Parcelforce or all these companies, Reese Kid the Legend, I imagine there's no perfect delivery company, and however you might want them to handle your item, they don't. So, you know, I imagine Sean is amazing at packaging items, because like some of the breakables,
when he's selling stuff like that.
I imagine he's next level. He just doesn't flaunt it. He doesn't need to, because we know he's that good.
Yeah. Sean, it should. You put more hooks in the ocean, you catch fish, right? 100%.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, well, I think you need that one off of you, James.
More
worms in the water.
I'm sure I nicked it off Noah or someone knows if maybe. The thing is that you know, when someone says something, as long as you can kind of take what you want from it, and whenever I'm talking or whenever Rich is talking, that's just talking about our experiences. It's not to say that's what you should do. And I don't think anyone should ever do an eBay business or any type of business exactly the same as someone else, because everyone has a different life. Some people have children, people have different commitments, people have times to pick up stuff, they have hobbies, interests, whatever it be. But you know, like the reason why I talk openly about things is that I think if something's genuinely working, this really is, I think it's worth sharing. And
Haggis Love was saying that he's promoted at 10% now.
Wow.
10% cap, and have had 5 record-breaking months in a row.
Wow.
I've gone from 2 to 5. Yeah, but we do the podcast, and when we talk about things, we're not claiming that it's right. We're not claiming you should do what we say. We're telling you, you know, our ideas, our plans, the way we're heading, and what we're going to be trying out. You know, and it's just trial and error. And if we can learn things, and people that are just starting out, you know, get a few good tips of what we say, you know what I mean? We're not claiming to know it all. We're not claiming that if you do this, it's going to work for you. It's what works for us.
Yeah,
definitely. You know, and we're just trying to share the knowledge we have. We're not trying to share the knowledge of it all, because I always say that nobody knows it all. Don't care who you are, how long you've been reselling. I've been reselling since 2003, and I do not know it all.
I think also eBay could change their whole way their business works at any time.
Yeah.
The only reason why I talk about being active in a good channel is that the new CEO who's taken over eBay, their business message that came out at the start of the year, they're not focusing on new customers, they're focusing on existing customers, and they're changing the way the postage works for for bulk buying. So what I mean by that is that the better your customer service is, i.e. the postage, the packaging, the timing, and how active you are, that's why they're then promoting you, because they're focusing on repeat customers. And they know that if a customer has one bad experience, that they'll go straight to somewhere like Amazon.
Yeah.
So they know how valuable that is.
Yeah, Shab was saying that he's a top rated seller, but don't get a discount on postage, Packlink. Anyone else? Any ideas? Have you got a printer to print? Is it because you've got the printer to print out your labels?
I don't think so. No. So when I've checked it, through my bank account, it's cheaper. It's cheaper than
Evening, Gary.
It's cheaper than what it was through Hermes. Hermes was £2.99, and individually, it's after VAT, it's like £2.60 something or other. So I don't know for everyone else, but that's what I pay, including VAT. I think it's like £2.39 plus VAT, and then VAT comes under less. But then Shabba might have already been paying less and not realizing, because I'm telling you how much I was paying. I was paying about £3 per thingy, and then now I do it, so it's a bit cheaper on Packlink.
Yeah. Evening, Gary.
Good evening, Gary.
Yeah, I say, you know, that's the thing, and that's a good thing about this is we get on and we talk about things, and people go, "Oh, well, I've got the same thing going on, and mine's cheap." It's like, what was it we had? And the shop, the eBay shop, and yours was cheaper than mine. And when I went on there, and they went, "Oh no, it used to be that, and it's not anymore, and it's changed to this."
I think,
But it's just one of them
yeah,
things.
I think if you've agreed an offer and you've got something
Yeah,
that if you've got like an older contract and that, they can't
yeah.
change it unless. Oh, I'll tell you who did change the contract the other day when I noticed and I logged in. I don't know if anyone else has seen it.
Hey,
Netflix.
what?
Cheeky
Oh
monkeys.
no, I did hear something on the news that they're not going to let people in other households use the same account.
Absolute cheeky monkeys. So I literally came on and then it said, "Oh, we're putting the price up." And I was like, and then it wouldn't even let me go and view it until I accepted it. I was like, "You absolute cheeky monkeys." So Netflix gone up. But I think you can pay quite a cheaper price and it's like SD, but we obviously want to watch it in HD. But I
Yeah.
think it's like I think you have to pay even more. I think it's like just under 20 quid just to watch it in high definition. I'm quite happy with HD.
Yeah. Yeah. I know there was something on the news or someone was talking about they're going to stop people in other households using your passwords and that to log into your
That's good though.
Netflix
That's
account.
that's good. It's good. It's good. It's good and it's bad, but I think it's good.
My mind finds it easier to kind of do a huge amount methodically. Defo makes sense. To test clean photo research in one session, I see clearly the highest value brands and items. Yeah, exactly. And like we say, it's what works for you. I mean, you know, I don't work the same as James. What works for James works for him, and what works for me is starting to work for me because
Yeah.
I'm sort of
And then
getting my rhythm back.
what we do might not work for anyone,
Yeah.
you know, but we can only share what's working for us. It's a bit like, you know, when you I refer to the gym a lot because obviously it's the closest thing I can talk about eBay because obviously the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. And the only other thing I've ever done that's like that is the gym, you
Yeah.
know, and there's so many different people that will tell you how to do a barbell curl or a dumbbell curl or how to do a squat or how to do a lunge or how to do a deadlift, you know.
Yeah.
There's, you know, whether you do a sumo deadlift, whether you just do a standard deadlift, like there's 101 different things. There's but the be all and I think this is also the same for eBay, and this is where I feel it is. The be all and end all is consistency is key. As long
Yeah.
as you are putting good quality listings with good photos at affordable prices, and
Yeah.
you are doing everything that you can do, i.e., sending items on time, replying to queries, answering customers' problems, as long as you're doing all that, I cannot see why your business wouldn't grow. And it's the same for the gym. As long as you could go there 7 days a week, you could go there 30 days a month and not see any results. But I swear down, if you went there and did proper results over the next year, you'd see absolute changes.
Yeah, definitely. I like what Sean says there. I donate anything damaged or worth less than about £8 as it won't sell with sign for postage. I also donate all the extras that come with auctions. Giving back is good for your own mental health.
Wow.
And it is. I mean, just having a clear out and giving that stuff to charity, it cleared a big cloud in my head because it was just driving me mad having, I mean, this room in here is, you know, probably 20% of the stuff that I did have squashed in here. I've got rid of about 90% of my stock overall, but in here I've got so much room, and it just just clearing the room, knowing it's going to charity shops, so money's going to go to charities. It is good for your well-being. It is good for your brain. Sold a Monopoly to the Maldives the other night for £30, but to be honest, paid £50 postage on top. It's not about the money. It's the buzz that someone's on a beach banging the vintage ball game out. Yeah, that's quite cool.
That's cool.
I can imagine someone playing Monopoly in the Maldives. It's all about evolving. 100%, Jess. Definitely.
Definitely.
That's what I'm saying. You know, and evolving to your life and what changes in your life as well. And that's, you know, going
Definitely.
back to the thing with James and not wanting to do YouTube anymore. You know, still doing a podcast, not doing a Saturday Night Live after this month. You know, you've got to evolve and do what makes you happy. We're not here for a long time, but you might as well be happy while we are here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I felt we were kind of there. We're not here for a long time, but why not make it a fun time?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For me, like that's why I think the podcast's special because it's keeping. Because as I said, had this been on another day in the week or something like that, and had boot sales stopped being so selfish and putting them on Saturdays and Sundays, and they'd just be like midweek boot sales. I wouldn't have even had to consider an alternative. But I love
Yep.
the podcast. I love the community, and I love just, kind of just keeping that toe in it. But what I also really, really like about the podcast is I feel like I've got an accountability partner, and that accountability partner is everyone who watches it.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to say
Definitely.
something, then it's you, not you personally, but as me, who will have egg on my face because I've said I'm going to do this, and then if I don't, I'm just going to look like a div. I know I look like a div anyway, but I think it's healthy sometimes to be accountable for something, and it's a bit like I have to, if Carolyn's not here, which she isn't, I have to pick up my daughter and I have to take her to preschool. I am accountable for that. I have to make sure she's bathed, she's fed, she's happy before she goes to bed. So I just think, I kind of think using my business, put my business in that same way as I am making an account, but like I have to do that, because the alternative is, as I said there, and as I said on the podcast, is I did get very misplacent, and I wasn't doing enough work to grow the business. And I think and to be fair, on reflection, it was probably my own fault. But I had one week whereabouts I had, I think it was 150, maybe under £200 for a 7-day total. And as much as I might go, oh, it was eBay's fault, this, that, and the other, as soon as I then took ownership for my own actions, I'm seeing massive transformations.
Yeah.
So maybe it was eBay's fault, but also could I have done more? And the answer was yeah. I just wasn't doing enough.
Saying Ian Master of Pieces is fantastic.
He is fantastic.
Well, we are in the next car race.
Yeah.
James and I have been asked to be in the next car race on Master of Pieces. So yeah, Ian's asked us to be in it. So we're going to be in it, and I'm going to win it.
Oh yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see what happens. I just hope he doesn't put us both in the same heats.
Tam and Bell are in it as well.
Yeah, Tom and Bell. I know they're going to end up winning.
No, they're not. I'm going to fix it.
We've already had this discussion. We may get disqualified. I'm going to
let the tyres down on their Matchbox, on their Hot Wheels.
I've told Ian that he has to set ours a light to go faster. It's got a rocket on the back of it. Goes.
Wow. Tommy saying he's the number 4 women's athletic shoe seller in the US out of 58,000.
Wow,
two people in front of him have 90% feedback and more negative feedback than Daily Refinement.
Wow.
We don't do negatives. We don't have negatives. Even if you don't have a chimney from shimmer down, you can still wake up. Watch Burly Man on Instagram. His Instagram's amazing. Carolina,
fantastic. It's Santa.
He's got one of the best Instagrams I know. Anyway. We've got Sir Pete in. Evening, Sir Pete.
Sir Pete.
How you doing? Used to work in the parcel delivery industry, seen how the parcels are handled, so I tend to overpack everything. Yeah, I do. I've used so much packaging in that saucepan tonight, and I've stuck it in a box that's probably about 4 times too big for it. Is that why you're a multi-millionaire and live in a gold-plated house, Tommy? I think Tommy's. I haven't seen Tommy on YouTube for a while, actually.
Focusing on his business.
Yeah, I think Tracy. I think Tracy's moved as well, because obviously Tommy and Tracy do the podcast.
That's why he's got Thingamajig. That's why he's got such a smashing star now. He's putting all his effort in his business.
Yeah,
and he's going to be number 1 this time next year. He'll be number 1.
Yeah, sent out football, very well packed. Sort of career, kicking it around like a DVD player. Oh dear. Every item needs a different selling strategy. Yeah,
I can appreciate that.
Well, I'm not sure. I haven't made my mind up whether I'm going to a car boot tomorrow or not. Might do.
Oh, we've got to be done.
My packing is rather brilliant, I must say, but it costs lots to be this good. Fresh tissue paper, fresh bubble wrap, new eco paper, void fill, and cardboard box every time. Yeah, it does. I'm going through mine now because my mate Lee hasn't got his sweet shop anymore. His friend's taken over the shop, so I'm hoping I can still get my packing. Because
I reckon you can.
Yeah, I'm sure I can. James saying, Sean, I get everything out of a skip. That's one way to make money. Fountain of knowledge right on your phone.
100% profit.
Yeah, please do a YouTube channel, Sean. We need the knowledge. It'd be cool if he done the channel.
Yeah, definitely.
Ah, we've got Z in. How you doing, Z? Good to see you.
The
Are you-
TikTok hero.
Yeah, he's a TikTok superstar and a famous game streamer.
I saw Z this week. He's just such a nice guy.
Are you doing boot sales tomorrow, Z?
You see, he's got to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so. Advertising charge, publish mail prices, but buy it and print yourself, so you save. Oh, okay. So Sean's saying advertise and charge published mail prices, but buy it and print yourself, so you save roughly 10% on these costs. There you go. That's what it is. Everyone's saying Z. I vote Z for
co-host.
For co-host. Yeah, get Z on. Hi, Tam and Bell, TK, it's Tom Bernard. Everyone's saying hello. What's that? Royal Mail business accounts cost us an average of £2.30 a parcel.
That's fantastic.
That's good going. Fresh from taking the world of heavy drinking resellers by storm with a webcam. Show that you could tell your mum about. Sub to see what they get up to next. Tam and Bell sell. The most important thing is going. There's Darren. Yeah, Donut saying if it's not working, change the way.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Change the way you're working.
Change, but definitely try other options.
Yeah,
I think this is what takes so long with eBay, is that if you change 5 things, you wouldn't know which one it was. So this is the beauty, that if you're doing it on the side or you're part-time eBayer, you can change small things, but because you've got another form of income, it's not too worrying. But the issue is, if it's your only income, it's sometimes really hard to know what's the right thing or the wrong thing. But yeah, as I said, I've just now started listing consistently, and I went from 2 to 5% promotion, and obviously 2 big changes, but I'm happy both of them are working.
It's the same. It is the same with anything though, because like consistency with listing, you're going to sell stuff. Obviously, I've been a bit more consistent recently with my eBay as well, and it's not in the money obviously, but in the figures of now people are starting to subscribe again, and all the arrows are starting to go up a little bit, so it does show that it does work. I didn't half like that podcast. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. With another one coming at the end of this month. Just getting to know you. Shame you're going, but you have good reasons. All the best. There you go.
Thanks, buddy.
Finding out whilst sales the unexpected is rather good at selling by clicking them here. There you go. There's Peter's channel. You ain't beating the champ, Richard. Oh well, we'll see. We'll see. Once I stick all that lead in the nose of my car, you know. Oh, did I just say that out loud? I'm going to put a stone under the bonnet.
Richard, we got banned.
I thought we'd finished. Oh God!
Listen. Right, they ain't going to look inside the car. Masterpiece ain't going to be looking inside the car. We've had this conversation.
Oh yeah, it's all right. We'll be all right. Get away with it.
We're all right. We've got it sorted.
Oh dear. Really enjoying auction houses just now. Yeah, stock all in one place. No hunting for stock. A car boot saves time, and I'm getting some really nice stuff, like the recent 590 quid camera sale. That was amazing.
And that is the other end of the thing. Whether you go to an auction house, whether you go to a wholesaler, I'll be honest. This is one thing I'm really looking forward to. I'd like to get to the point whereabouts I'm not going to the boot sale in the morning. And that I'm getting a truck coming with like 20,000 units, and I can then just store it all downstairs, and I'm then working through that pile. I'd love to get like that. Yeah, because it's going to be much more time efficient. I don't need to go out sourcing anymore, so I'll have more time listing, more time focus on the business, just one supplier, and then just list it. Like that'd be my dream. But I know that when you're buying that type of level, I'm going to need more capital, and at the moment I'm just about paying my bills. I'm transparent with that. you know, and I'm happy because I'm not getting any arrears. I'm kind of paying the bills, and I can see the
Yep.
growth now. But I
Yeah.
think that's a next year's goal I can see happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the boot sales for. I just love the banter. I love that. But realistically, would I prefer to just lie in bed? Yeah, I'll take that any day of the week.
Of course. Lawrence is saying classic Monopoly Waddington. Same evening, I sold a Lin Genki CD separate for £450 to Australia. And that was £2 at a boot sale last week. Looks cheap. Defo isn't. Love it when it happens like this. Definitely. It's always
love it when
nice
them
to
things
pick up
happen.
something cheap and sell it for loads and get get more than what you expected is amazing. I speak with hundreds of sellers a week, and the only sellers struggling are the ones that don't change. Exactly. The ones that say I've been doing the same thing for 10 years are the ones crying about eBay. 100%.
100%.
You've got to change. You've got to change. If it's not working, change it. Vinegar Pete, how's the wicker dough?
Ooh.
Z saying I'm at the NEC tomorrow, but have been sourcing used electricals again like a demon.
Wow. He is the
Nice.
master at it. He's an absolute master. And you know what? I think Zahir, I'm looking forward to later on in the year when you see that man's pickups. The man is a machine. He's a monster. He's going to make mega money this year.
I won't tempt fate, but I sold a pair of vintage Dr. Martens for 160 quid. Had some good sales since the 15th of April. Upgraded my store is what I did. What did you upgrade? So you upgraded to the middle store, Gary? Your quality listing report tells you everything you need to know about your store versus competition. That's why there was no guessing games. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you know what? I never ever look at the analytics of it. I'd never ever look on it. It just confused me. If I look on there, it won't make sense to me anyway. James, I did your 10-a-day challenge. I'm just keeping on top of it. Well done, Gary.
So what I'd say as well, with anyone that's doing it, make sure that it's whatever number you set in, that you can do it. It's a little bit of a push, but it's not too much of a push. And what I mean by that is that if something happens the next day, you need to kind of prioritize it. And you know, Richard, I've been up there at like 11 o'clock at night when things have happened in a day just so I can get them 10 in. At the moment,
100%.
it's probably not the best number for me, but I've committed to it, so I'm not going to go down from it.
No.
But all I'm now doing is I'm now finding quicker ways to get listings up. Like today was a doddle. I was chatting to you and I was like, I'd already done all the work. So, you know, the more you do stuff, the more you get quicker at it. And also saying, could I do this more efficiently? Could I be doing this quicker?
Yeah. Santa's lost his magic keys. Santa, you'll have to get Mrs. Claus to help you find them. Listing quality report tells you average promoted percentage, keywords, pictures, ship time, and much more. So you can run up on them. I will have a look. Perhaps I will have a look.
It's a game changer. Tommy's literally giving away amazing information right there, and it's exactly right. If you want to be really the listing report, what it really does is it does what a lot of people don't like. It's going to be the boss who's going to give you positive criticism. Like it's going to be critical about your business. It's going to say you're not doing this right.
Yeah.
But you can change everything and you can make massive changes. But what you've got to understand in your head is you ain't going to go from that to that. You're just going to keep building that ladder. And as long as you see it as a ladder, you're going to get there.
Yeah. Sean saying, despite JR breaking up the band, he is no fat-faced Gary Barlow dribbling out songs for menopausal housewives. He has merch. Buy it here on his eBay. In used action figures, I'm about 853 out of 70,774. Need to work on that. That's still not bad numbers, eh?
That's amazing. Out of 70,000 though, that's pretty. It's pretty good going, isn't it?
Yeah. Make hay while the sun shines. Get those drafts in the bank is key. Yeah, I've been doing that quite a bit as well because it just makes it so much easier. Just get it drafted and then do the photos and get it done. I've been having a few drafts in the bank actually just to try something. Not bad. See, it moves fast. You can do it. Pretty high up in clothes and trainers.
Wow, well done. Well done to anyone who's high.
You know.
But the biggest thing is as long as you are seeing improvements in your sales, that's the most important. That's the forget all the things that we're talking about. If your business is growing, your stock is increasing, and your sales are increasing,
Yeah.
you know, that's it. And as far as I'm concerned, I've gone from a couple of months ago where I had £800 to pay my bills, and now I'm about 1,000 and 1,400 to 1,500. And I was like, I've seen improvements, and I can take that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. One sec.
Richard's giving away the keys again. You do this, and then he keeps coming in, and then he'll have his keys.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was looking for my glasses.
Yeah.
Bring on Santa, Tam and Bell saying, see?
Oh, we want to bring on Tam and Bell.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Right, so we'll have to book these guys in now. Now they've actually done their live, they might actually come on. Yes. We've got a future podcast guest in the chat now.
Yes, she is. She's Queen of Patagonia.
We've spoken about podcasting, about coming on the podcast. So we've got a couple of guests lined up already. So it's all good. Yeah, it's moving with the podcast. Absolutely. Sam's saying, absolutely love the podcast, lads. In my opinion, unless you watch the stream live, it's way better to watch the pre-recorded podcast than the live stream after the fact. How often are we going to do it? At the moment, we're doing every last Saturday of the month. James is only on here till the end of this month, and then he's going to concentrate on his business. So we're starting off at the moment saying the last Saturday of every month, but we might go to. It depends how much time we get to record stuff, and we'll put. Hang on, what's this? What?
Hey!
Santa's in my. What?
Santa's
that's freaky. That is freaky. Good evening, Santa. I wish you was here. That'd be quite an achievement.
I was working on this set when you're having troubles with your computer, Rich.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing.
It's fantastic to see Santa.
That's brilliant.
Turning up. He's come all the way to the south of England.
1, 2, 1, 2. That's brilliant. That is. That just looks so cool. Your set looks better than mine, Santa.
It is your set. I had the elves recreate it.
That is so cool.
The elves have done wonders.
I'm loving that. Loving that.
Just wanted to pop in for a second. You guys have a
nice worries, mate. Thank you very much, Santa.
Thank you so much.
We'll
Take it easy, Santa. Bye-bye.
And just like that. Whoosh.
Wow.
That's wicked. Look at that.
What a hero.
That is brilliant. I love that.
What a hero.
I'm loving that.
It's so amazing, isn't it?
Saying, let Santa in, guys. It's cold outside. Santa's always welcome. He lets himself in.
He has the keys. And when he pretends he doesn't have the keys, he does have the keys. He has them all the time.
Sean's saying, if they get any more popular, Elon Musk is going to buy them. Tam and Bell sell.
Oh, yeah. He bought Twitter, didn't he? I forgot all about
that. There you go. All of my percentages are up this month. It's the car being broken that's doing my head in. Can't source at the moment. Yeah, it's a pain, isn't it, when your car breaks down?
Yeah, well, nearly as bad as when I drove that night when the clocks went back. When I was driving at 4 o'clock. I was driving at 4 o'clock, which was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it smashed all the front of the car, massive brick. But had it been a couple of centimeters away, I'd have been upside down, might not even be here. It's scary. So I was saying to my friend who's a police officer, I was saying, I'm going to start driving the middle lane on a night, and if I ever get pulled over, I'm just going to say why I'm driving the middle lane.
Yeah, definitely. Real Squirrel loved you on the live. Yeah, she was brilliant. Another brilliant guest.
Oh, she's
told
fantastic.
Me does store value matter currently at 42,000. Mandy's at 42 grand with 2,000 items. That is amazing.
Well done. She's
That's
incredible.
Brilliant. I say, and we're all trying to build our businesses, and that's when you see other people doing well, that sort of just gives you the
It just
gives you the positivity.
I feel like you just get a nice feeling. Like you're like I'm proud of anyone who's part of our reselling journey, because it doesn't matter who you are, what you do. We're all striving towards to be a better version of ourselves, and I think there's nothing more good can come. Whether you like what we do or we don't like what we do, we all respect each other, because we all are striving to have that extra day off to achieve them goals, to get maybe retire a little bit earlier. And I love watching everyone's journeys, and I think everyone is massively inspirational. And I just think just consistency is key. And I know John Luke's done his video and he's coming back on YouTube. And I think the other thing is most important is looking after your health, because as much as we want to improve our wealth, make sure that your health is always put at the forefront. And I'm really looking forward to seeing John Luke's content. And he's always been missed on YouTube, so I'm looking forward to what he's going to be doing. Bye Santa.
Yeah, I thought I'd take it out, because if someone's watching it later, they're going to think, they're going to know we had technical difficulties at the start. They're going to think we had more technical difficulties at the end. That looks back. Me, Lard Podcast, me. Yeah, Darren. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I'm definitely going to talk to you, and we'll get you on. So I wanted to get you on tonight, but I think it was a bit rushed for you. So, so Gary wants to come on the podcast. So there you go. Nespresso, how you doing? Hello, good to see you.
That's a nice drink. That looks a nice drink.
Yeah, it does.
That'd be nice.
Oh, nice. No, man, I sell 25k per month, and my store value is 30k. That's amazing that your store's
what an incredible sell-through rate.
25k a month. Jesus, are you looking for a long lost son, Tommy?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a man who is looking at that quality report, and he's looking at it with a fine-tooth comb.
Proper looking,
because
at
he's A, pricing his items right, B, being consistent, and he is on the game. That is the perfect store. Pretty much like a 30-day sell-through rate. Like, that's incredible. I imagine it's a 40-day sell-through rate with that amount, but that's an amazing amount of money. And what a sell-through rate, mate. Tommy, you're an absolute hero.
Yeah, that's Sean's loving Santa's thing. Been number one in one category for a year now, and it's grown my business massively. That's brilliant. Jess. That's brilliant.
And I know Jessie's numbers have been like, she smashes it in regards of what she sells. I know, like, I think she sells like the iPhone, like watch straps and all these type of things.
Oh yeah.
I think it's fantastic. If you can try and niche down, it does help, because then you can concentrate, and especially when you're getting them sales reports, because you can look at your titles, you can look at your competition more. Where if you sell at everything category, sometimes hard to work out, because obviously titles matter, descriptions matter. Like one thing I've noticed with my returns on clothing, as soon as I started taking photos of the pit to pit and the top and the bottom, my return rate is next to none, because not only am I putting the item size, but then I'm showing its real size, its true size.
Yeah, definitely. Hi Debbie. Hi, newbie here on your podcast, but watch your vids regularly. I'm a part-time seller for 15 years, clothes and shoes. Picked up some great tips from all you YouTube sellers to get more sales. Well, thank you, Debbie. And it's good to know that we're actually helping. It's great. So we have the live every Saturday. We're doing a podcast at the end of every month as well, so hopefully you've seen some of those. And always putting up the video, so thank you for being part of that, and thank you for your support.
Thank you,
Debbie. John Luke is back. Mandy, I list very little that doesn't have 100% sell-through rate. If that's possible to be more selective, it will transform your store. I've got to look into these things. Resellers are awesome. It's not an easy journey. It's really not.
100% it's not.
Santa is cool. He definitely is.
He's amazing, isn't he?
Yeah. Miles worked hard on that to get me up and down the chimneys.
That's amazing.
That's just mad though. If I was watching that and like someone else just suddenly walked into frame and sat down on my chair, I'd be wondering what was going on. I'm saying it wasn't always that way for sure. I struggled, bad learning along the way. And that is it. You've got to learn from your mistakes, you know, and no matter how big or small it is. You know, I misspelt Crusade on the Crusade and I've got £3.20 for a pot that should have made a lot more. But it's these mistakes that teach us how to do things the right way. And the reason that we sort of do our videos, and the Saturday Night Live's more for an entertainment thing. Tonight we're talking shop, we're talking about reselling and stuff. Most of the time we don't. We just get guests on and we just have a laugh, and you know. But tonight's been a bit more serious because obviously James has told his news, and you know. But it is for the new people that are getting into reselling. It's good for them to watch different reselling YouTubers and stuff, just to try and save the mistakes so they don't make as many as we've made, you know, because if someone saves me making mistakes, I'll be well happy.
Definitely. I think the thing is there's so many YouTubers out there now, and I think month on month there's always a new channel growing, and I think you can sponge so much information, and you know, as long as you're trying things. The most important thing is that you're kind of selling items that you're happy to sell. And I think the other thing is as well, that's easy to source.
Yeah.
Because
and the thing is, if you like something, the likelihood is, you know, unless your brain's really fizzled and warped, you know, if you like something, the likelihood is someone else is going to like it. And that's what I usually sort of look for, is something. If I like something, you know, I think other people will probably like it. Debbie's saying, do you guys think having a store is worth the costs? I can list up to 1,000 items a month free as a top rated seller. I'm a top rated seller, but I've still got the basic shop because for one, I don't list enough, you know, and I would have to be pulling in some really good money to be paying. I don't know what the top shop cost, but
I think I think it all just accumulates to how many listings you're doing, how much you're turning over, and you know whereabouts the sweet spot is. I think they say from the basic shop, I think you have to be around about six. I think it's 600 plus listing. I think it's about 650, but I won't go into too much of how it all works because it's not. I'm not really good at all the numbers type of thing, but you'll have an idea. Are you frozen, Richard? Oh, is Richard frozen? Santa, I need your help. Richard's frozen. I need you to come back. He's frozen on us. What's he done? He's gone. But yeah. So apart from Richard freezing again, let's see what everyone else is saying. So Mandy's saying, "I'm working on it, Tommy. I got sorry about my dyslexia. Oh, 1 second. Is he back? Hey, he's back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Right. I don't know what's going on here. Chat with us. Right. So that's it. I'm on my phone now. I don't know what happened. There's something, obviously, I've got to get my laptop looked at. For some reason, it was all right for a while and then it didn't like it. So I don't know what's going on.
I know, yeah. I was like, where's he at? What's he doing? But yeah, he froze again.
Well, it just died. My laptop died again. So I don't know what's going on.
Maybe a new battery, but who knows? But that's not to worry about because you're back. That's the main thing.
I'm back. I only really learn things from having something go wrong. Yeah, that's another good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Santa does 80k a month, but don't even have a store subscription or use promotions. He's just that good at buying.
Wow.
Well, that is good. That is good.
Wow.
Where are we?
That's pretty cool. If you can, if you can source such unique things at the end of the day, and you know, you can. But everyone has strong points. Everyone has weaknesses, and you know, some people have gone to university and have studied antiques or clothing, or they've got a fountain of knowledge that no one else will ever have. It's like my friend who did all our boilers and everything. He started obviously he does piping and everything. He started making things like wine holders and shelving units, and he's been selling them on Etsy. And
Yeah.
literally every time he makes one, it sells within 24 hours because he's making one-off bespoke items.
Yeah.
And he isn't competing against anyone else. He's got his own design, his own way of doing it. And every time he puts one on, it like people are buying it straight away. So, you know, there's just lots of ways to kind of to do something at the end of the day.
Yeah. I can't even read these now, so I'm just gonna have to read them off of here because.
Do you want me to highlight them? Would it be helpful if I highlight them?
No, I can't read it. It's so small on my phone. I can't read it at all. So Tam Bell, I can see Tam Bell saying, "Let it go, Rich." David Tam, it's very hard to be as large as you are and not be forced to have a business account. Sure, you are keeping a close eye on when you restrict your account and force the change. So only sell clothes, shoes, and bags. Probably overheating. I don't know. I think it's probably like James said. I think there's a problem with the battery. I haven't, but the thing is, the laptop's been on indoors for the last 3 days. It's not gone off once. I've changed the lead that it's plugged into, the extension lead, so it's not that. It's only when I go live. It's only on StreamYard when I go live that it cuts off. So whether it's using more processor or something and it kills it, I don't know. But I'll have a look at getting a new battery. What did you buy today? Some reason Richard on his phone reminds me of Leslie Grant from Dirty Den webcam scandal. All he needs is to suck his finger for all of us to run to the hills. Let's have a look. Once here, stop doing what? Graphs, my business tanked. I had to rebuild totally. Do not suck your finger. No, I'm not going to suck my finger.
I like what Santa's put. He says, I can get you a copy of Windows 98 if you're ready to upgrade, Richard.
It's not even the software on it. I've done it. It's just, it's done it before and it's all fine when I'm using the laptop. But as soon as I've gone live, it cuts out. I've literally it's done it about 7 times now. But it's gone all that time that we've been on before it actually went off again. So I just don't understand it. I don't understand it, and I'm not even going to worry about understanding it today because there's just no point. It is what it is.
You definitely.
Yeah. So 90% of my items are gifted to me from friends, family, and people who I sell, who know I sell on eBay. They'd be gifting to charity anyway. So gift to me instead. So no outlay for me, all profit.
Wow,
that's amazing,
Debbie.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Fantastic if you have like friends that funding your lifestyle. What a lovely friendship, and like if you have family members and stuff like that, it's amazing. I think it's amazing, like listening to people getting things from Skip. So like as Debbie's just saying, I think it's fantastic listening to how people source items.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's just so many different ways, and how to get that stock as well. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's good. So I don't know what's going on with this laptop. So I don't think I'm even going to try. I think if you're up for it, James, I think we'll wind it up here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm up for that 100%.
Thank you to everyone that stuck around for all the madness of my laptop. We're going to finish it here. Thanks to everyone that's got involved. Thanks to everyone that's give out good information. And, like I say, that's a good thing about this. We're always learning off somebody. Appreciate it. I will get my laptop sorted for next weekend. I promise. Thank you all for coming in.
Good luck for tomorrow, everyone who's going to the boot sales and getting up early.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Tommy's channeling techno. I was no messing about. Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you all for spending your time with us. I hope you enjoyed it. I say I've had dramas, but I still enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
And I'm sure I'll be putting up some videos during the week, and we will see you next Saturday.
See you next Saturday. Take it easy, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.